Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. Right. My name is Maria Teresa. I am the program coordinator for the Entrepreneurship and Innovation Department. And on behalf of the Chamber, we'd like to welcome you all to today's session. We're super excited to have you here today. And letting a few more people roll in. All right, 1 second.
Good morning.
Morning. Good morning.
Is there availability for last minute participants to join to this meeting today?
If they need the registration link, I think it's on our chamber calendar. People can join in at any point in time.
Okay, great. Thank you. She's trying to join in right now.
Okay, no problem. All right. All right, folks, let's make sure that we're all on mute and that please drop your names and businesses in the chat box. And I'd like to introduce, this is the Small Business Strong is brought to you by the Small Business Council. And I'd like to introduce Michael Ochoa, the CEO of Transcend and the chair for Small Business Council.
If you don't mind, I just dropped a registration link just for those that wanted to connect. Sorry for the interruption.
No problem, Peter. Thanks so much, Maria Teresa. Appreciate the intro. On behalf of the LA Chamber Board of Directors and our Small Business Council, I want to thank you so much for joining this morning. Just a quick shout out to my team with the Small Business Council, Shanae Rourke, principal at Redwood Resources, and Mr. Kevin Keene, principal at Directed Action, Inc. Couldn't do what we do for small business without them. I'd like to also take a moment just to thank our sponsors. We have an exciting run of show today with Alibaba.com. I also thank California GoBiz Office of Small Business Advocate, and of course, Wells Fargo Bank for always supporting our initiatives and information with Small Business Strong. And now my pleasure to introduce our workshop today, which is taking your B2B business globally with Alibaba.com. I'm excited to learn about this myself and see how businesses, especially small businesses, can scale with Alibaba. Alibaba.com launched in 1999 and is a leading platform for global wholesale trade, serving millions of buyers and suppliers around the world. Their mission is to make it easy to do business anywhere by giving suppliers the tools necessary to reach a global audience for their products and by helping buyers find products and suppliers quickly and efficiently, which we all need in our small businesses. Our speakers today include Alex Tsai, Brett Ducker of Alibaba.com, and founder and owner Toya Marquis of Patch Party Club. We learned a little bit about what Toya is doing and how she's scaling with Alibaba globally, and we're excited to give you some of those examples of how it's impacted her business. Just quickly giving background, Alex Tsai is the head of strategic partnerships for Alibaba.com, Americas region, is responsible for building brand awareness and developing marketing strategies and partnerships with Alibaba.com to meet the evolving resources and sourcing and business needs of the B2B wholesale buyers and sellers in the region, focused on helping and enabling local entrepreneurs and small to medium-sized businesses grow their business through the e-commerce platform of Alibaba.com. Also, Brett Ducker is the head of strategic partnerships and marketing manager at Alibaba.com North America. Brett is a 6-year veteran of B2B trade, a frequent Alibaba.com buyer before joining in 2021. He's experienced in both the buyer and seller B2B commerce from his years of sourcing customized and branded products in the US, China, and other places. Current focus is growth and support of US sellers on the Alibaba.com platform. And then, of course, Toya is Latoya White, also known as Toya Marquis, is the founder of the Patch Party Club, and she'll be talking about her real world experience of how you can drive and scale business with Alibaba.com. So without further ado, I'd like to hand it over to Brett.
All right. Well, I appreciate the intro, Mike. Thank you. And a quick thank you to everyone at the LA Chamber, including Maria Teresa, Andrea, Peter, everyone else who's helped. We're proud to be a member of the LA Chamber. We appreciate your support and we're happy to be here today speaking to everyone. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen quickly. Go here. All right. And again, just quick background, I've been B2B trade for over 6 years. I started out doing domestic and international sourcing, then moved into operations, bidding and selling in the promotional products industry. I joined Alibaba in 2021 as a sourcing expert, and then I joined the US seller team this year to help grow the presence of US sellers in the global marketplace. So today I'm going to be talking to you about how to take your B2B global and local with Alibaba.com. But before that, I'm going to pass it over to Alex Tai, who is going to introduce a very exciting program that we have right now called the Alibaba.com Manifest Grants Program. It's super exciting. We're giving out $10,000 in grants plus $5,000 of logistics supports to 50 small businesses who apply for this grants program. So we'll first play a video just to give you a brief introduction about what the grants program is, and then Alex is going to share a little more information with you. So we'll go to the video now.
Selling innovative products that bring added value to your customers is key to keeping your business competitive. Through our customized manufacturing capabilities and unmatched logistics services, Alibaba.com, as the world's leading B2B e-commerce platform, is here to help small business owners manifest their most innovative product ideas. Introducing the Alibaba.com Manifest Grants Program.
The Alibaba.com grant helped our business to grow because we were really focused on bringing our retail cloth diaper line to market. And with this grant, we were able to do that and complete manufacturing of our own retail cloth diaper line.
In partnership with Hello Alice, we're giving our small business owners the money and tools they need to accelerate the growth of their business through product innovation.
I'm forever grateful for the Alibaba $10,000 grant that supported our business and supported our marketing budget, which allowed us to support the online side of our business.
If we didn't get that grant, we would have had to get loans, we probably had to give up equity, a lot of different things that we didn't want to do. So that grant came at a real crucial time during our development.
Alibaba.com will grant 50 small business owners up to $10,000 in cash and $5,000 in logistics services. In addition, our recipients will gain access to various resources from Alibaba.com and our partners, and one lucky business will unlock the opportunity to receive additional funding and have its new product featured prominently at our next global event. Don't miss your chance. Apply by October 31st to source your inspiration and fulfill your dreams. Visit helloalice.com/grants/Alibaba to find out more.
All right, so again, a really exciting opportunity for everyone. And here is Alex Tai to share more about it.
Yes, thank you so much, Brad, and sharing the video. And hello, everyone. Good morning. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us this morning. So, like Brad, shared, this is a very, very exciting program that we're trying to, share the good news with all the entrepreneurs and small businesses out there, right, in terms of be able to take advantage of this great grants program. So a little background, the grants program actually was launched last year, right? This is our second year doing this program. And then the mission really, it's, for us, Alibaba.com, to be able to support, right, today's entrepreneur economy, right, providing much needed capital, and resources and service support, right, to all these new digital entrepreneurs, right, who are starting their business not only offline, right, but actually a lot of them start taking them online. So with that said, I think as you probably see in the video, but I want to kind of just kind of give you guys kind of the summary, right? The key points from this grants program. So first of all, Alibaba.com is awarding 50 U.S. SMB owners $10,000 in cash grant, right, to help them manifest their most innovative product ideas. Next slide, please. And then in addition to that, we're also providing each of the 50 recipients, right, a logistics service, sourcing service solutions, right, from Alibaba.com that's worth $5,000, because that's, this is one of key learning from our last year's program, right? Aside from the cash grant, actually a lot of the small businesses also felt there is a lot of need, right, and support needed from a logistics standpoint. And then that's why we also included this 5,000 additional service grant, right, from the logistics standpoint to add to that. And in addition, one lucky recipient will also be able to be featured, right, at the Alibaba.com March Expo promotion to ensure, right, that they will have a rousing success, maximum exposure, in terms of the product and the company, right, that he or she has, with the business and the grant as a grant recipient as well. And I think here is another very exciting part, right? So I think in addition to the cash grant and the logistics service, we also have found a lot of like-minded partners focus on enabling small medium businesses in providing additional benefits, right, that we'd be able to help, right, and support and enable this small businesses and grant applicants, right? So some of the partners include Indiegogo, which is the leading crowdfunding platform, Amazon Scout, Payoneer, which is a SMB payment platform, as well as Damon John himself, right? Damon John, as many of you know, is the Shark Tank judge, and then as well as one of the most inspirational entrepreneur, influencer, right, and celebrity, right, for small businesses, right? So I'm going to share a little more detail about each of the benefits that will be coming out of this partners. So start out with Indiegogo. So as an applicant, right, first of all, you're going to have free access to the Indiegogo Education Center Plus for 1 month. And then for the final 50 recipients, Indiegogo will also be providing one complimentary crowdfunding campaign consultation, right, with their team member, and then also featured on the Indiegogo Manifest grant program collection. And for Amazon Scout, essentially you'll be also, for all the applicants, right, for that you apply, you receive a free 7-day trial, right, of the Amazon's product and services in terms of products, research, keyword insights, and so forth. And then for the 50 recipients, the recipients will also get 10 free product ideas and analysis with the purchase of the annual bundle that they'll be providing. And for Payoneer, for the 50 recipients, Payoneer will also be offering additional $1,000 cash grant, and on top of that, a VIP consultation services with a dedicated Payoneer account manager, right, in terms of all the payment-related services solution that a small business might need, right? And then finally, for that one lucky winner, additional $5,000 cash award will be also offered, in addition to the 2-hour exclusive business coaching from the Payoneer executive. And last but not least, I think this is the most exciting part, is for that one lucky final winner, we're going to have a 30 minutes one-on-one virtual mentoring session with Damon John himself, right, to take place at a convenient time for that we can decide, in 2023. Yeah. So, that's in a nutshell. I think this is not only, we think this is not only a grants program, but it's really about, a celebration and manifestation, right? How we be able to really inspire and then enable, right? And then providing all the tools and services that we can help the small business thrive, right? And then for those that are interested, or that you think that someone that might have the interest, right, in terms of taking that next step, you can apply today at the website, the URL provided below, helloapps.com/grants or Alibaba, or you can just pick up your phone and do the QR code scan here, and it'll take you directly to the grant application page. And last but not least, right, the application will close on October 31st, right? So we have a little bit, around 2 weeks time frame. So hopefully, this is something that will be exciting for everyone, and then go ahead and apply for it. Thank you, Brett.
All right, thank you so much, Alex. So a very exciting opportunity, a whole lot of stuff. If you're the winner, you can get provided to start your business or support your business, grow your business idea. So we sent the link to the chat group as well. If you missed the QR code or you couldn't get the link written down in time, it's in the chat group, helloalice.com/grants.alibaba. So please check it out today. So we're going to continue now with taking your B2B global and local with Alibaba.com. So I will be quick. There's a lot to get to. So to briefly go over today's agenda, I'm going to talk about the Alibaba.com marketplace. I'm going to talk about the 3 keys to success selling on a marketplace like Alibaba.com. I'm going to give you some insider tips for marketplaces. And then we're going to get to an exciting interview with the 3-year seller on Alibaba.com, Toya Marquis, a little later. And then we'll end the day with some Q&A. All right, so first, just a little bit of information about Alibaba.com. It's the world's largest B2B marketplace. B2B meaning business to business. If you sell wholesale, if you sell to other businesses, not directly to the consumer, that's B2B. And Alibaba.com may be the right marketplace for you. Alibaba.com is massive. There's over 40 million active buyers in the last fiscal year across 40 plus industries, 5,900 plus categories. So almost anything you want to source or sell, it can be found on Alibaba.com. Buyers come from over 200 different countries and regions. There are over 300,000 inquiries sent daily. Our top 3 types of buyers in Alibaba.com, retailers make up our biggest buyers. So they're buying from manufacturers or wholesalers, and then they're selling their products in either their brick and mortar retailer store or their e-commerce store. We also have traders and resellers. These are basically sourcing agents or businesses that source something and resell it to another company. It's a little different from a distributor. They're not necessarily buying something and then holding it in inventory until it's sold. They're buying something and then immediately selling it to the next business in the supply chain. And finally, got manufacturers. They're buying raw materials, components to make their goods. And then top 5 buyer markets. So you can go global with Alibaba.com, but you can also expand your business locally in the United States. In fact, a lot of our US sellers, that's what attracts them most to Alibaba.com. The US buyers is the largest buyer market on Alibaba.com. And then you can see from the top 5 buyer markets here, you got the UK next, Canada, Australia, Mexico, all familiar countries in terms of regulation and doing business for a US business. But we have buyers that come from all around the globe. I spoke to one seller recently who sells a special kind of coating that's put on all different kinds of products to protect it. He invented the coating. He owns the IP for it, manufactures it. He was originally just doing most of his business domestically in the US, and now he's told me he's sold to China, to Iceland, to Germany, to Saudi Arabia, all of these different countries all over the world that he never expected to enter into those markets. He now has customers doing business there. So the 3 keys to success selling on a marketplace. Number 1, the most important thing is you must get seen. You must win the digital shelf space. The benefit of selling on a marketplace is the huge audience access that it provides. Alibaba.com and other marketplaces, they provide access to huge audiences. They market to buyers, they attract buyers. So it's just like a trade show. You could sell things directly to your customers, or you could attend a trade show. The trade show brings a whole bunch of buyers to you, and you have a direct link to the audience you're trying to sell to. It also comes with increased visibility. So a lot of our buyers, they like that they're selling on Alibaba.com because they have the brand name behind them to boost their visibility and to increase trust with their customers. So how do you get seen and how do you win the digital shelf space on such a massive B2B marketplace? Well, one of the most important things is to understand how the search results work in order to boost your search results rankings. So just to give a few examples on how search results, some key things to how the search results work on Alibaba.com. One of the things you want to do is make sure that you optimize your keywords. So you may not be able to tell here if the screen is too small, but I have a picture example here of basically a cotton t-shirt. But the product name isn't just cotton t-shirt. It has a multitude of keywords listed as the product name. And this is to basically show up in all of the search results where buyers use different terms to search for your products. So you have to cover all of your bases and try to get your product in front of as many buyers as possible. And then product listing variation optimization, it follows the same logic. So this seller sells all different colors and styles of hats. He could either put one product there and then list all of the variations under that product, or he could list all the variations as separate products. And that is a strategy that is used on Alibaba.com in order to get seen on the marketplace. Another thing you want to do is you need to make it as easy as possible for a buyer to place an order with you. So for example, on Alibaba.com, there's basically two types of goods you could sell. One is a customized good that needs to go through some sort of customization process. Maybe it's full customization where you create a mold and you create a product from scratch, or maybe it's just branding customization where you imprint a logo on it, you put a design on it. So you have customized products, and then you have ready to ship goods. Ready to ship goods, they're already ready to ship, meaning they're in a warehouse. A buyer just needs to place an order, you process the order and you ship it out. It doesn't need to be manufactured. It doesn't need to be customized or branded. So a lot of people think that Alibaba.com is just for customized goods. It is not. Customized goods are wildly popular on Alibaba.com, but if you sell goods that are ready to ship, it doesn't require customization, you can do ready to ship goods on Alibaba.com. So basically you set your minimum order quantity, you set your shipping requirements, and then we have a calculator that calculates out the shipping, and a buyer can place an order with you without even talking to you. So to summarize, one slide before, another thing to get seen and win the digital shelf space is you have to be proactive getting your products in front of buyers. So two examples from Alibaba.com here. One, we have the RFQ market. It's a massive market where buyers put a request for quote on the market. So for example, they say they're looking for this product, they need this many pieces, they want to do this type of customization, or they need these specific product specs. They post that to the market, and then sellers who can meet those requirements can reply back. So Alibaba.com has a huge RFQ market. If you don't want to wait for buyers to come to you, you can go to the RFQ market and find buyers who have posted requirements that you can fulfill. Another way is you want to strategically spend on keyword advertising. So keyword advertising lets you put your products at the top of search results for certain keywords. And many sellers that I speak to say this is a super important part of their sales strategy on Alibaba.com. This allows them for their core keywords to get in front of the buyers that they want to get in front of, who are searching for those products. There's a lot of sellers on Alibaba.com. It takes strategy and time to build up your organic search results, and keyword advertising helps you get your search or get your products on top of the search results. You can skip over the organic process. You have to use it strategically so you can get the right customers from it. So to summarize, you want to optimize your product listings, maximize your organic traffic. You want to strategize to drive paid traffic to your listings, and you want to be proactive and find business. So you can do that on the RFQ market on Alibaba.com. So number two, to start with number two, I like to ask, what is the first question that buyers ask when sourcing on Alibaba.com? And the answer is they want to know, how can I trust the seller? So Alibaba.com is a huge marketplace. There's global sellers. People aren't just buying from a seller in their own state or their own country. They may be importing from somewhere else. So they want to know, how do I trust the seller? And trust matters exponentially in B2B because there's more money, there's more risk. So number two is you have to build trust with your customers. One of the ways that we do it is through existing infrastructure on Alibaba.com, which I'll explain a little later, and the power of the Alibaba.com brand. Alibaba has been in business for 23 years and counting. A lot of our sellers, again, say that they like to have the support, the brand name, the brand power of Alibaba.com behind their business. It gives their business a certain level of trustability and reputation being on the platform. So other ways to build trust with your customer. Number one, appearance matters. Appearance is extremely important in e-commerce. You need to have a professional storefront. You need to have professional product listings. So just like professional attire in business, if it looks good, it can make you more money. Storefronts on Alibaba.com, they can be built from templates. Same thing with our product listings. A big thing that sellers are doing right now over the past couple of years, we've migrated from just product pictures to product videos. So a lot of our most successful sellers right now, they are all into product videos. For manufacturers, they have videos of their manufacturing plant. You can see short video of the manufacturing process. It really helps to build trust in an e-commerce world, showing videos, showing your facility, basically doing everything you can to make the buyer feel like they can see and experience your product or your business without actually being there. Another thing in B2B and on Alibaba.com, communication is everything. Our buyers, they demand fast response. Demand for fast response is really strong. Buyers like to hear from sellers within 24 hours or less. So it's extremely important that sellers are engaged with their buyers. We have a function like an auto response function that can help you streamline qualifying leads. You can focus your time on the best prospects. And we also have a communication app. So basically, you can answer inquiries from your phone anytime, anywhere with the app. It's super easy, and you can talk to your buyers. A lot of our sellers, you talk to your buyers not only to understand, what they're looking for, but you also talk to your buyers to understand who they are, what their business needs are, everything. So you can go through this filtering process to make sure they're the right buyer for you and to understand what they're looking for. So I mentioned earlier, we have ready to ship goods on Alibaba.com. Buyers can place an order without speaking to a seller, but most of the business on Alibaba.com is for customized products, and that requires a buyer to speak to a seller before an order can be placed. So communication is super important. Another thing, service guarantees. Service guarantees filter out the competition. And on Alibaba.com, we have something called trade assurance. So trade assurance is basically our transaction guarantee. If a buyer places an order with you, we hold on to the money as a third-party escrow until the order is completed, and then it's released to the seller. So because we get the money up front, we can ensure that the seller is going to get paid. And because we get the money up front, we can ensure the buyer that they're going to receive the goods from the seller. So the top search result filter on Alibaba.com is for trade assurance. Buyers want sellers who offer trade assurance. It doesn't necessarily mean that all of your transactions or business are going to go through trade assurance. A lot of our buyers and sellers like to use trade assurance for their first deal, their first order, until they're comfortable and they build that business relationship, and then they go offline. And that's one of the great things about Alibaba. You don't have to do business online. We provide a service if you want to do business online, but like a trade show, you can also just use Alibaba for leads, and then you put them through your own process. You get paid directly and work with the buyer directly. So to summarize, Buyers look at how you present yourself, how you communicate, and if you're willing to back up your business with a guarantee, the trade assurance order protection, for example, on Alibaba.com. And number 3, you have to learn the platform you sell on and participate in promotions. So, for example, on Alibaba.com, what is the most important supplier metric? And that is your star rating. Your star rating basically tells buyers how active you are, how often you reply to inquiries, whether all of your products have been in compliance, whether you've been fulfilling all of the orders that you've accepted online. So we teach you, our team, how to boost your star rating. Your star rating helps you get more traffic. And it's basically the metric that Alibaba.com uses to help buyers understand, who are sellers that they can trust, and also to help sellers get their products in the search results, get more traffic to their store. So like Amazon, they focus on customer reviews for products. Alibaba focuses on star ratings for sellers. So this star rating is also a ticket to a huge traffic boost for the couple of promotions that we do on Alibaba.com. So I'd like to say Alibaba.com, it's a 365-day-a-year trade show. You can source anything you want on Alibaba.com, anytime, anywhere. We have 2 big events, though, that we do a lot of advertising for. And sellers who participate in these events, we have like a star rating requirement. If you meet that requirement, you can participate in these events. One is the March Expo in March, the other is Super September in September. These 2 events are the big trade shows of the year, and the participating sellers get pushed a lot of traffic during this time. We also have something called the US Pavilion, which we showcase suppliers in the US. So the US, we have multiple country pavilions on Alibaba.com. The US Pavilion is the most popular, and we have a couple of different categories within the pavilion, and that's another way that we allow sellers to get into part of Alibaba.com where we can push them this extra traffic. So when it comes to learning the platform, participating in promotions, there's definitely a learning curve. There's a lot of stuff that you need to know. It takes some time to understand how the platform works, everything you need to do, but that's okay. We have a lot of resources, and most importantly, we have an account management team based in the US who is dedicated to your success. So Eric Cross is the customer service team leader here in Alibaba.com North America. Him and his team are dedicated to personalized service for all of our sellers, showing you what you need to do to maximize the traffic to your store, and basically giving you a roadmap to how you can be successful. Eric Cross also hosts what we call the ASTE program. It's the Alibaba Seller Training e-courses, and it basically covers everything you need to know about how to master the platform. And it's taught by Eric Cross, and then we invite some veteran US Alibaba.com sellers to also teach other sellers some tips and tricks to how to master the platform. So to summarize, you want to maximize your performance metrics, get more traffic that way. You want to participate in all the promotions you can to drive more traffic to your store. You want to work with your account management team or whatever platform you're on, someone on the inside to help you get set up for success that shows you all the tips and tricks that you need to know so you can get over that learning curve as fast as possible. So some marketplace insider tips. Number 1, I would say sell on multiple platforms. Don't just sell on Alibaba.com. Don't just sell on Amazon Business. Sell on as many platforms as you can. Each platform has different buyer groups, different traffic. There's no reason to limit yourself to one platform. A lot of our sellers tell us that they have an omni-channel approach to doing B2B business, and that is the right approach. There's not a one-size-fits-all solution to the marketplace. You have to be in as many places as possible to reach as many buyers as possible. Number 2, if you're a B2B company, you don't necessarily have to limit yourself to B2B. I hear from a lot of sellers who are on Alibaba.com that they also sell on Amazon direct to consumer. So that's a great idea. There's no reason to limit yourself to B2B if you can also work in a B2C mode to your business. And number three, this is kind of a repeat of what I colored earlier. You have to learn how the marketplaces work and how they promote your products and sellers on the marketplace so you can maximize the visibility of your business. So I'm going to quickly go over a couple of FAQs, and then I'm going to talk to Toya, and then after that, we'll do a quick Q&A. So the first FAQ, we hear a lot, what type of export capability is required to sell on Alibaba.com? You don't need to export to sell on Alibaba.com. The US market is our biggest buyer market, so it is perfectly fine just to sell in the US. Two, how is shipping handled? Shipping is handled by the seller. So a buyer places an order with the seller. We're not like Amazon where you go through FBA or Amazon shipping. Basically, you would have your own FedEx or UPS account and you handle shipping as you currently would. How are payments handled when transacting on Alibaba.com? So a US buyer can place a trade assurance order with you and pay through the platform, or you can accept payment directly from the buyer off the platform. So we give our sellers the freedom to either process orders on the platform or process orders off the platform, depending on how they like to do business. Number four, what categories are popular among US sellers? A quick way to summarize it would be in your body or on your body. So anything consumable or beauty products, like lotion, anything like that is really popular for US sellers. But another thing that's popular for US sellers is any business that holds like an IP. So if you have a product that like only you own the manufacturing IP for it, or you own the brand IP, but it's like a famous brand and you're a distributor for that product, then Alibaba.com is the place to sell your product B2B. So a lot of people say like, oh, can I buy something from Alibaba.com and then resell it? And I would say no, unless you make a significant change to the product and basically change it into something new, something different, and something that is unique to your business. Number five, how is private white label addressed when selling on Alibaba.com? I mentioned this a little earlier. Basically, the customization process happens when you speak with the buyer, and then they can place an order online or offline. But because there's a customization process, all of that is done through direct communication between the buyer and the seller. Finally, what type of manpower or time and manpower commitment is required for responding to inquiries? So we have a seller app. You can look at and respond to inquiries anytime, anywhere. We always tell our sellers to respond within 24 hours or less to inquiries. It helps boost your star rating and it helps you do more business. Like I said, a lot of our buyers, they're expecting a fast response. You go to a lot of websites today, you can click on the chat now function. Everyone wants to talk to someone right now. So the faster you can respond in general, the better it is for your business. So to summarize, from entrepreneurs to multinational companies, Alibaba.com has helped US sellers dramatically grow their B2B sales. So the question is your company next? And we have a 3-year seller, Toya Marquise, who answered yes to that question. She is here today, and I'm very excited to talk to her right now. She's the founder of Patch Party Club. She sells all of the things that you see in those pictures and on her jacket. Fashion, forward-thinking fashion. It's very cool. I'll let her explain a little more about it because she can tell more about her business than I can, and we'll get to it right now. So, hi, Toya.
Hi, Brett. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. It's so great to have you here. I appreciate you joining.
Thank you. And thank you guys for having me.
All right. So I tried to do a quick introduction of your business, but no one can do it better than you can. So please tell us, what is Patch Party Club all about?
Okay, so Patch Party Club is a premier accessories brand that focuses on embroidered patches and enamel pins that speak to the fashion forward thinker and the fashionably hip. So like the things that I'm wearing today, statement pieces, that's what we focus on.
That's awesome. So I've heard your story about how you started Patch Party Club. It's very inspiring. It's amazing. Not something I think I could do. So please share with the audience right now, how did you get into this business?
Oh, wow. So I started off doing t-shirts, right? And so the market for t-shirts became really, really saturated, oversaturated. And so I started seeing patches, these things that you can apply with an iron or heat press, and you can do it yourself. But I didn't see anything that spoke to me, that really spoke the language that I wanted to speak. A lot of African American culture I wanted to, highlight, a lot of the hip sayings and things like that. And so I decided to just create my own brand. And from there, it kind of grew legs of its own. So it's been really, really well received.
Fantastic. So I mentioned IP earlier, how one of the things that's important if you sell on Alibaba.com is to own some kind of IP. So could you just maybe speak to that or clarify, like, what is the IP that you own?
Okay, so I hold 15 trademarks in the United States. I hold 5 trademarks in China for the Patch Party Club brand.
That is awesome.
Thank you.
So why did you start selling on Alibaba.com?
Well, when I first started, I started off as a buyer, like you said, you did. I started off as a buyer on Alibaba, and I never knew that it was an opportunity for US sellers until 3 years ago. And so that when I was approached to actually become a seller on the platform, it was a no-brainer for me because I knew that Alibaba was this huge platform, the credibility behind it, and then the visibility that I would possibly get just from being on that platform. It just helped me with exposure and getting into the households that I would have never gotten into. So it was, like I said, a no-brainer for me.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So could you share a little bit about your success on Alibaba.com? Maybe tell us about a sale you made or a customer you met, something like that.
Okay, so like I would say, one of my biggest success stories is a customer that came to me on Alibaba. She visited my store from Detroit, and she has a big store in St. Louis. She spends about $10,000 a month on patches. So she's like one of my hugest accounts, and she came from Alibaba.com.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you've been doing business with her. Is this a recent customer, an old customer now, or?
Now she's pretty old, and she faithfully every month she's spending about $10,000 on restocking her store. So that was one of my biggest consumers. I get a lot of retailers that come through Alibaba.com as well.
It's amazing. All right. So could you describe like the operational process for you of selling on Alibaba.com, like from inquiries to fulfilling orders? What does it look like?
Okay, so we have 2 models, which you mentioned. We have the ready to ship products. Like I said, we have a store here in Chicago, so we have a warehouse full of products ready to ship, and we also offer customized products as well. So when we have those ready to ship orders that come through, we actually answer the inquiry. Some people ask for a sample, we'll send that sample out. Or if they're just ready to get the product, we take 3 days and we actually ship it within those 3 days, and they receive it pretty quickly. So, and that makes them happy.
Awesome. What does your team look like? Is it just you answering Alibaba inquiries, or you have employees doing that?
When I first started, it was just myself, but quickly after getting on the platform, the amount of inquiries that I started receiving, I had to increase. So there are 4 of us that oversee the Alibaba platform.
Very nice. So when you fulfill an order, what is your shipping process? Like, do you just have an account with FedEx, or do your buyers, do they handle the shipping?
No, so our products are small and light. So USPS first class or the priority shipping is the first go-to. And then if it's an international order, we ship through DHL. So it's pretty simple for us.
Great. So then you have your own account with USPS and DHL. And when a buyer inquires with you, you calculate the shipping out, you quote the buyer the shipping.
Yeah, so pretty much it's like a flat rate depending on what it is that they're getting. So we try to keep the shipping rate low, you know, because most people, that's the perk for them, right? So we try to keep it at $9.99, and that's priority. So, but when it's international, it just depends on the weight of the product.
That's great. So I mentioned earlier that a lot of our sellers have an omni-channel approach, and I also recommended that you shouldn't only sell on one platform.
Right.
So could you tell us what other platforms do you sell on? How does it work for you?
Okay. So amongst Alibaba, I am a Etsy top 1% seller on Etsy.com. I also sell on Amazon, and I also have my own website as well.
All right, that's great. So in the e-commerce world, in the digital world, you don't see people in person. It's either through like text messages online, or maybe a phone call, maybe a Zoom call if you're lucky. So how do you build relationships with customers in the digital world?
So I would say in the digital world, I try to break the ice. So there's a feature on Alibaba where you can actually, like if you get an inquiry that comes through, you can actually call the potential customer. So a lot of times I'll use that feature and pick up the phone, and I'll call the potential customer, and they're shocked because they're actually hearing someone from the US and someone that they're actually speaking to. So that helps break the ice a little. And then just offering the best customer service that I possibly can, that helps with breaking the ice and, you know, adding the extra layer of confidence with the buyers.
Amazing. All right, so a final question for you, and then we'll open up to Q&A from the audience. This is maybe a challenging question, and it's something I'd like to know. How do you balance being, you're a parent, you're married, and you're a business owner?
Wow.
How do you balance all of that? Where do you get the time to do it all?
So I would say inclusion. So I am a mother. I have 2 daughters, and I have a husband. And in my store right now, my husband is here working, my mom is here working, and when my daughters are out of school, they're here working. So I include everybody in my world, right? And so, and you know, after I leave the office, I still work at home as well, but I try to incorporate all of that, you know, just try to have balance. It's pretty hard, but I try to do it somehow.
I feel you. All right, well, thank you so much, Toya.
Thank you.
So now I'm gonna open it up. I guess I'll pass it back to the LA Chamber to work on the Q&A. If you could take it from here, and then we'll be happy to respond to any questions.
All right.
Perfect. Thanks so much. I appreciate all the dialogue. And just that grant program has just so much that can benefit small businesses and a wide range of opportunities for many businesses. Toya, fascinated about what you are doing. Congratulations on
Thank you so much.
your success through Alibaba. There's a question about a referral for your trademark assistance in US and China.
Yes.
So maybe you can drop that in a chat if you have the ability, but that's just fascinating that you're able to trademark, very smart strategic business opportunity for you.
Thank you.
There's a couple questions here about protecting the products on Alibaba. Probably Brett, you're best to speak on that.
Yeah. Is there like a more specific question?
You know, just this is from Letitia Hill. Letitia, I don't know if you want to unmute yourself and ask if there's a specific. I know that just in my notes, there was the assurance that you guys do, the assurance program, which basically, you know, you guys hold it like in an escrow almost to be able to protect both the end user and the seller. So I would say that that's probably a level of protection. Anything else from you, Letitia, on that?
Hi, Brett. Thank
Hey,
you for this.
Letitia.
Hi. So, just to give you a little background, I have been a buyer on Alibaba for 17 years. So I mainly wholesale products within the beauty industry and resell those with through my connections in the beauty industry. And so I saw a need for a product that we were using for like laser lipo. And so I designed a product, and my supplier, one of my suppliers, resold that product. And I've seen this product being resold over and over and over on Alibaba, even though it was my design and they created the product. And so I didn't know about, actually, I knew about trademarking, but trademarking in China, and actually going through this process on Alibaba, I was just so excited to see it come to life. But to see it being resold over and over makes me more skeptical about putting my ideas out there. So to hear Toya's, saying that she, has her trademark in China and in the US makes me feel a lot better. But I don't think I have any more hope for the product that's already out there. So I just wanted to know how do I handle that? What do you have in place that could help a person like me?
Got it. Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you for asking. I put my email address on the screen right now, and just to let everyone know, if you want to talk to someone about selling on Alibaba.com, you can scan that QR code. If you have any questions that we can't get to today, you can send me an email there. And I definitely suggest you send me an email as a follow-up. But just to answer your question now, there's a couple of things. One, like there's the legality of sellers reselling your products. So that's one of the things where you need IP protection. That I can't really speak to because I'm not very versed in the legal aspects of it. But Alibaba.com does provide IP protection as well. So if a seller is reselling something that you own the IP for, please email me, and then I will share with you the link that you can basically open a case with Alibaba, provide the seller information, provide the product listing and everything like that. And then we'll be able to go through a process to review it and then get any products that are violating IP removed. A way to protect yourself, because that's what you have to do after something happens. Beforehand, beyond IP protection, when you work with a supplier, you need to speak to them about this before you actually go through with a deal about who's going to own the IP, what they're allowed to do with it, and take as many steps as you can to protect or limit their ability to basically use your design or whatever it is that makes your product unique, use it and sell it to other customers. So I definitely suggest please email me, and then I'll send you the link so at least our internal team can take a look and get it removed if it's an issue on the platform.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Perfect. Just looking at they asked some people have asked about other platforms, and you've kind of run through that with eBay, Facebook, Instagram, Amazon. Your suggestion of being inclusive to go through all platforms, right? But obviously Alibaba has some things to offer. One of the things that jumped out at me is that you have these 3 events that you showcased. Maybe Alex, if you can maybe break down some of the logistics. Obviously small business owners need to attend to their business, but are these events that are virtual? Are they location wise somewhere within California? And then my second follow-up to that, Alex, would be, is there specific events by industry or sector that small businesses could choose to go to which one?
Yeah, so I can answer that question. I will go back quickly. So we have, there's 2 big events each year. The first one is the March Expo. I would say it's the largest of the 2 events. The March Expo is geared towards new products for the year, new releases. And the requirement is to have a star rating of 2 stars or more. So if you would want to participate in the March Expo, then you would need to onboard as a seller, within the next month, to get your store up and running, and then to be able to build your star rating in order to make the cutoff date. But the March Expo, it's basically we push advertisements saying that suppliers are releasing new products, new designs for the year. And any of the sellers who applied for and met the star rating requirements can participate in the March Expo. We have like a whole bunch of different pavilions in the March Expo showcasing either different product categories or industries or countries. And then it's all on the homepage, and you get a lot of extra traffic because of the visibility of the event on the Alibaba.com website. It's only a virtual event, and the same thing with Super September. The logistics are basically the same, but the Super September focus is for holiday sales. So finding the best price in the past 90 days in September, so you can buy anything so buyers can get anything they need from suppliers, participate in suppliers at the lowest price in the past 90 days for their holiday sales. Those are the 2 events. We have the USA Pavilion as well. That's a pavilion that's on the platform year round. And it showcases US suppliers in a couple of different categories.
Perfect. Excellent. Well, I will, looks like we don't have any other questions. So again, I want to thank each of you, Alex, Brett, and Toya, for just your success with the Alibaba program, highlighting the Manifest Grant program. Hello, Alice. All of these resources are tremendous, and just your story of success, Toya, is impactful to all of us in small business.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So thank you so much for that.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Just to give a quick note, we're sharing the link right here in the group chat as well. So you're welcome to click on that, and basically you can schedule a call with one of our team members and discuss whether your business is the right fit of selling on Alibaba.com. They can answer any questions you may have about selling on Alibaba.com and the opportunities for your business.
Perfect. Brett, if you can add your email again. Oh, I think I see it. No, I don't. Can you add your email again to the chat for everybody?
Sure thing.
Reach out to you. But yes, to the small business community, please do reach out. The links are here. This presentation will be sent out to everybody who attended today. So if you need to go back and circle back through any points that you want clarification on, I'll just do a couple quick housekeeping on some events that we have coming up. We can get to those slides.
You got it.
Thanks so much. Perfect. So our Resilient Business Advising Program, that is coming up. Is there a date on that? I'm not seeing that for some reason. Is this just an ongoing advice?
It's just an ongoing, yes,
Okay.
Resilient Business Advising is ongoing.
Perfect. So just this is just an opportunity for small businesses to get coaching and be able to get advice one-on-one. So please take advantage of that, just to highlight it. Next slide, please. And this is ongoing as well. Obviously, we're trying to address the digital divide with many small businesses and access to resources to be able to continue to make market your product and your businesses through the digital platforms. So please do sign up for this, sponsored by Verizon, a close sponsor to the Chamber. And then live in person, there's One LA Doing Business With. This is a procurement event that's coming up. I would highly recommend that everybody look into this for this event. It will be a very focused procurement opportunity and how to get procure business with some of our partners in the LA region. I think that's it. I just want to, I think this was just tremendous. The content, the partnership we value with Alibaba as a chamber member. I know that many of the small businesses on the call today were able to get some great impact, hopefully to help drive revenue and business respectively in their own businesses. So thanks so much, and have a great rest of your week. And we'll talk to you guys at our next meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for having me.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you guys.
Thank you. What an amazing presentation. Have a blessed day, everyone.
You too.
Thank
We've
you.
also dropped the links in the chat. You can also save the chat if you want to save the links, but we'll also share the links out at when we send out the recap email.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Take care.
Thank you, everyone.